When you think of something designed in California, the first thing you think of is an Apple iPhone. What's surprising is this Mazda RX-7 FD was actually designed in California too. And what's even more surprising, in 1992 when this car was being made, or when this car was released, the Apple Macintosh Classic, the original computer that defines Apple, got released as well. And so, in a way, this car is what defines Mazda as a true sports car brand. In 2000, Mazda introduced the Zoom Zoom marketing campaign. Kind of ironically, I guess, in 2002 they ended production of this car, and afterwards they didn't release any sports cars or any two-door sports cars. I guess you could call the Mazda RX-8 a sports car. So they were kind of left with not much really, not much zooming going on. It's a bit sad really. First thing I love about this car is just the way that it looks. When you think this car was actually designed in California by a Japanese designer, it looks so very Italian. Doesn't look anything like a Japanese sports car at all. And that's because Tom Matano, the designer, he actually brought in a 275 GTB Ferrari. Everybody was inspired by a timeless design that wouldn't end or wouldn't look ugly in 10 or 20 years time. And that's really what this car looks like. It doesn't really age. Oh, that was a nice corner. So the car that I'm driving is a 2000 Mazda RX-7 FD Type R. There's a couple of interesting quirks on the outside of this car. First of all, because it's a Japanese imported car, it has this square bumper on the front of the car that's ugly. It's not really something that you'll find attractive. And when you buy a license plate in Australia for these cars, they don't actually fit the license plate holder because they've been shaped for a Japanese license plate. And just recently they've introduced Japanese specification license plates that this car actually has. It makes the car look a little bit more original and not modified. And because this car is the race spec, it comes with a couple of little extra features. The first thing you'd notice is the wing on the back. And you've probably seen in a couple of other videos that the wing is adjustable. There's an Allen key in the back. You just unscrew the Allen key, you can adjust the wing, and you can move downforce to the front of the back of the car if you're racing on a track. But what people don't notice is that in the front of the car there's actually a air vent behind the front license plate. So if you take the front license plate off, you'll be greeted with an air vent that you can suck more air into when you're racing on the racetrack. So that's the Type R. The car weighs less than 1.3 tons. Because it's a rotary 1.3 litre engine, it's very small and compact, and they can push it down and back. So essentially what this car is a front mid-engined 50-50 perfect weight distribution car. And you can tell when you go around the corners and you just move it left and right, it just goes point and shoot. It's like a computer game. Or after you crash, you die. I guess that's the difference. This car won the Bathurst 12-hour race 4 times. They didn't modify the engine. They only modified the brakes. They added a roll cage. So the car was essentially a stock Mazda RX-7 beating Porsches, Ferraris, M3s, you name it. They beat it on this racetrack. It's absolutely amazing. And that's testament to the amazing handling of this car. And it did 1,600 kilometers in those 12 hours. And they say that rotary is unreliable, but that's not true. It's up to how you treat the engine, how you treat those cars. Every engine can fail in 100,000 kilometers if you treat it like rubbish. That's testament to the fact that the rotary can be reliable. And it has been in the past. fast, especially around the corners. And I'm not good enough a driver to take it fast enough around the corners, especially on these back roads. The car that I'm driving hasn't got any upgraded exhaust, so it's actually how it was stock from the factory. There's just like a whoosh from the intake, a little bit of turbo sound, and just pushes you into the seat. Just like with any other rotary, a gentle waft of power comes up, and you can see that happen as you go through these corners. It's so addictive. Oh my god. It is absolutely crazy, honestly. Crazy fun. Crazy fun.